repeat here from a bit twisted. So you do have your bands on correct if you have a cross. To put these on the larger or smaller whirl, there's a thumb screw back here. You can loosen that and you can raise and lower this tension, and also to make sure that you have enough to wrap around. So you should be able to lower this enough to get one of these over the top of the big one. This will slow the speed of twist down. So got some cheap roving here, and this will do the job for that. So oiling, you want to oil where the metal piece rests on the wood. Just a little bit of oil on there. Also up here in the front, kind of behind there, so oil gets down in there, and same on this side here. So we want everything to run smoothly. If your drive band is off and your bobbin's not spinning smoothly, then you'd want some oil also on the bobbin, the shaft that the bobbin rides on. There's also a spot on the bottom where the treadle goes into the wood. You want to get a little oil down inside there. So you turn it over and just kind of lift it up. A little bit of oil, let it soak, and you'll see it go down inside. Up under here, shouldn't have to do anything at all, but I put a little bit of oil on this little gadget right there. And then also some oil on the footman arm here. Back both sides, just enough to get enough. And also on the back side of the wheel, you'll see a spot there. You want the oil on this side of the washer. So you don't want to just stick it on the part that you can see. You want it to get into the spot that's inside the wood. It doesn't take much and it'll soak in. So those are the places there. And so you can hear it clunking, and that's due to that piece that's a little bit worn out. So I'm going to figure out how to remedy the clunking, but otherwise it runs pretty good. So if you were using the small whirl, this would be spinning even faster. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hooks on one side only, not on the other. My recommendation would be get another set of hooks the same size, and exactly in between each one of these put another hook. Main reason, unless you're doing thick yarn, then this is fine. So that would be up to you. But if you do put extra hooks, make sure you drill a tiny pilot hole, otherwise you'll split the wood, and you don't want to do that because you'd have to have this duplicated by someone else to get it back running again if you break it. So don't want to break it. don't want to break it, then don't touch it. If you're not sure. So, and being a first wheel for someone, that would not be so hot. So let me get this threaded up here. So the other issue is drafting. Drafting's a big thing. Took me a while to get to that. So get a little bit of fiber. Start my wheel. So the adjustments have to be set so it will take it up. So with it being on the slower whirl, then you can maybe treadle a little bit faster. So overspinning is going to be too fast, and so I'll just kind of do this with some thin thread, and it gets all kinked up. And you don't want that. So a little bit's okay, because you want to make sure you have enough for when you ply. So you get your, kind of see what your yarn's going to look like. You also don't want your tension so tight so you want to be able to pull backwards on it and then let it feed back in. So right now it's a little bit too loose, but it still works. But I need a little more tension, just a little bit more to pull it in. So I'll get to the drafting trick here in just a second. Alright, so I'm going to hold that bar. I'm going to bring that up just a little bit, snug it up. Oh, that might be a little too much. Don't want it too much. See, right now it's hard to pull backwards on it. A little bit too much. See there, I tightened it up too much. There we go. I can feel that. It's a big difference there. So don't let the wheel take it. You want tension so you can feed the wheel, not the wheel taking it from you. You want to be able to hold back a little bit. And if your thread is getting too much into your drafting zone, back twist it a little bit, and it'll open those fibers up and you can easily draft and just kind kind of find a nice even speed to treadle. You can go slow at first. Speed comes with time. So the kind of squeakier sound, the type sound, that's from the wood and the treadle going into the frame. Missy. That's the treadle.